Hello everyone, it's Ishani here, design team member at Craftangles, and I'm glad that you stopped by today. I have 3 cards featuring one stamp called You're in My Thoughts that has been recently launched. I'll show you how you can add variations to make the stamp more versatile and give different looks to your cards. This stamp is a floral stamp and reminds me of gardenia flower, but this has a little looser petals. It comes in 4x4 size and with beautiful sentiments that can be paired up for various kinds of cards for different occasions. I'm going to use this flower for all the 3 cards and just try to give little variations by using few techniques. Let's see how I do my first card. I'm going to do the technique spotlight stamping with a twist. Spotlight stamping is basically when you take a section of your card and only color that one section as if it's under a spotlight, leaving all the other areas free of color. On this card, I'll not use a circular section for my spotlight, but will lift a rectangular panel and color that, leaving the frame free of color. I think this counts as spotlight stamping. Well, it does in my eyes. I start with taking A2 top folding note card that I have made with Craftangles Midnight Black cardstock, and I also take watercolor paper. I am using Canson Montval. I have cut it so that I have 1.5-inch border around my white panel. I am using my stamping platform as it makes this technique a little easier to do, but you can also try this method with stamping block. As you will see, this way of spotlight stamping is very forgiving. I am using anti-static powder over both the panels, and I arrange my white watercolor paper over the black cardstock as how I would like my card to be. I have a little trick to share with you. I take a piece of rectangular cardstock to put just beneath my card base. Have you seen the creative corners of Misty? This cardstock works the same way by giving a little room underneath my card base so that I do not stamp the image that I don't want on my paper. I arrange my stamp, and first I stamp on the white cardstock with Versamark. Then I remove the white cardstock and stamp the flower again on the black card base. I'm going to heat emboss both my images with gold embossing powder, and I have all the products used written in the handmade blog, and if you're watching this tutorial on my channel, I have them down in the description box. Even though I use anti-static powder, I sometimes get little embossing powder sticking around the image, which I make sure that I remove it with fine brush. I also follow the tip of heating up the heat tool before bringing it close to the cardstock so as to minimize the warping. I have both my cardstocks ready with the heat embossed images, and I wipe away the extra powder on my cardstocks. It's time to do coloring, and I'm going to color with Craftangles liquid watercolors. I want my flower to be in various blues, for which I take Mystical Waters, Poolside, Ocean Breeze. I already had Poolside on my palette, and the best thing about these watercolors is that you need just to add some water to revive these colors. The watercolors by Craftangles are very pigmented, and a little amount goes a long way. You will see how just minuscule of this diluted color almost fills the entire flower. For the leaves, I have taken evergreen and moss green, and I keep drying the layers of watercolors before adding more color. I used Ocean Breeze for the depth, but then realized that if I use Moody Mauve, it will give a new dimension to my flower and a little more depth. So I take Moody Mauve for the depths of the flower. Now that I was happy with the coloring, I took the sentiment from the same stamp set, Sending Hearts, and I stamp it with VersaFine ink. I take foam tape, adhere it behind my white card base, and adhere it on the black cardstock, checking for the guide of the golden embossing on the black card. I'm sorry I missed recording the part where I added some splasher of Gold Dust watercolor by Craftangles around my image. And here is a beautiful card ready in few minutes with gold detailing in pretty colors and also giving a new look to the image. I hope you like this idea of spotlight stamping and will try it yourself. Let's go ahead and see what else can we do with this floral stamp. For the next card, I am doing my favorite technique, masking. And I've taken Strathmore Bristol paper and Craftangles masking paper for masking. I'm going to stamp, this bud and it will be stamped in a way that it appears it is in a field of floral buds. So I first take my black ink, I'm using VersaFine, and I stamp on the masking paper. I fold the paper and cut just at the edges of the flower so that I get two masks as I cut one. This floral stamp can also be cut and separated for a similar card, but if I can mask, why should I cut the stamp? So I take my stamping platform and stamp my flower. I mask the first flower and then keep arranging the flower while I take care that I do not stamp any other areas of this big flower except the bud. And I keep adding details if I miss any with the waterproof pen. I also use my acetate sheet which helps me position the flower in the right place. I also take few pieces of paper as a stamp to mask the image. And the last impression is of the whole stamp, the flower and the bud. For coloring my garden, I am using Craftangles liquid watercolors in Lemon Tart, Pumpkin Origin, Soulmate, not shown here, for flowers, and Moss Green and Evergreen for leaves. And also I will be using Poolside to just run around my outer edge of the flowers. I speed up my coloring because there is nothing much that I am doing here, just basic watercoloring. But I am very happy with the way the floral garden looks with the masking and having the flowers around. And just to finish the card, I take Poolside watercolor, which is diluted with water, and go around my floral images, just for them to stand out on the white paper. I use a sentiment from the same stamp set and stamp it with VersaFine ink. Now that my front panel was ready, I take Sky Blue cardstock by Craftangles and adhere my floral panel with a tape runner. And here we have a floral garden with just one stamp. And I'm sure nobody would even guess by looking at this card that it was just a set of a flower and a bud. You can do the same with any floral stamps that you may have in your stash. Just mask and give a new look. For the next card, I decided to use just the little bud that we repetitively stamped in a previous card. And I take Neenah Solar white paper as I'll be doing some Copic coloring. You can use any paper depending on your color medium. I stamp selectively this little bud. I am using stamping platform, but it is not necessary to use that. But now that I have it, why not use it for all the stamping? I take Memento's Tuxedo Black and stamp my little flower, and then I cut it out with my scissors. I am going to do some basic coloring with Copics. I take some pinks and greens, and I'll speed up my coloring for the same reason, because I don't want to bore you with all the coloring, and this video should not get very long. Then I take Dual Texture cardstock by Craftangles and cut out my front panel, and I'm using the stencil, rectangular masking stencil, and I'm just going to selectively blend some color to give a little background to my flower. So I will not be using the whole rectangle, I'm just using this corner and using Tubby Crafts Aqua Blue with Craftangles blender brushes. I go softly only at the corner. My tip for blending is just use very less ink and less pressure when you want soft background. After blending at the corner, I stamp the sentiment with VersaFine ink. I notice that I do not have equal distance of white border because of the stenciling, so I go ahead and trim one of the sides of the white panel. Then I take Craftangles Blush Pink cardstock and cut it into top folding A2 size note card and adhere my white panel with the help of foam tape. I use glue to adhere my flower just above the blended corner, and I'm using Cupcake Pink Sequins by Craftangles to add a bit of sparkle. And here is my clean and simple pretty card with the same stamp set. I would love to know which is your favorite card, and also if you have any questions you can ask in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and are inspired to use your stamps in different ways. Thank you for watching. Also, I hope you liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more creative ideas and ways to stretch your supplies. Thank you for all your love and encouragement. Be safe and happy crafting. Bye-bye.